Adult Conversations on your Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families. You're welcome this evening. Today is the 6th in the month of April 2026, and it's currently 9 minutes past 8 o'clock right here in the studio. A happy Easter celebration to every Christian out there. It's a great time to reflect and remember what Christ has done for you on the cross. And I hope you took this time to actually repent from your way and talk to God again. You're welcome. This is Adult Conversations, and this is where we get to share real life issues that relating to the heart of adult conversations. You get advice by contributing to the matter without judging. And this happens every Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. because we are here to break the culture of silence. If you have any story you want to share with me, you can send it to me on WhatsApp on 08155 917 917 08155 917 917. It's a great day today. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. The holiday is ended today, by the way. That's for 9 to 5 hours. You're going back to work tomorrow. So sorry, but you have to go back to work. But at the end of the day, I hope you enjoyed yourself and you took time to actually rest. What story do we have this evening? The story says, my name is Jerry. I am 32 years old and I love my girlfriend. She's beautiful, she's curvy, she's smart. But after knowing her family history, I am not sure. All my siblings have diabetes by the age of 40. Now I am scared. What if my kids inherit it as well? And it's making me question marriage altogether. Am I being shallow or realistic? What should I do? That is the story this evening. His name is Jeremiah, Jerry for short, and he says that he is 32. He has a girlfriend at the moment. Okay. Hello, good evening. Good evening, Anthony. How are you today?
Later, later.
Same to you. Same to you.
I spoke to Jerry.
Mm,
Jerry, if the young is listening, I don't want to talk too much.
mm,
They are not the last call.
yes.
Because of your money, you get money about it. Because they say if you marry your wife, your children will have
Mm,
a. When you know your mom, what happened? Marry, let them have diabetes.
mm,
So maybe the two people come, they have better. They are
yes.
better. Two comes in. It's perfect. This is the because of that's why you change your mind.
Yes.
And we can't do that. You don't really love the lady. So say really love her to push for
Mm,
marriage somebody you like.
mm.
That's my consent to them.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much for calling this evening to give your advice to Jerry. Anthony says it might not happen to your kids because it's happening in your wife's family. In your wife's family doesn't mean it's going to repeat itself with your children as well. But most importantly, follow your heart, like Anthony has said. The number to call to give Jerry your advice this evening: a 32-year-old man who says he loves his girlfriend, he wants to marry her, but when he got to know about their family history, that is that her mom's siblings, all of them, every single one of them, including her mom, would develop diabetes at the age of 40. Every single one of them. And now he's scared. This is something that can be inherited by my kids, and I don't want that to happen to my children. And he's beginning to contemplate whether or not to get married to this girlfriend of his. Now he's asking, what do I do? Am I being shallow? By using that as a reason to say I'm holding marriage for now. Am I being shallow or am I being realistic? And he's also asking, what should he do? The number to call to give Jerry your advice this evening is 07000 917 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917 09155 917 917 to give advice to Jerry this evening. Jerry's on the call right now, so please do also share your thoughts without condemning, judging, or using abusive languages. Jerry is currently listening to the show as we speak, and he would love to hear from us. He would love to know our advice, our thoughts, and what we think is right for him to do at this point. Do you have a similar experience? Do you have something that you would like to say to Jerry concerning this matter this evening? Please do also call us to let us know what you think. Jerry is currently listening, and he would love to hear from us. The number is still 7,000 to 917 917. Jerry is 32. He has a girlfriend who he has always wanted to get married to. But when he eventually got to discover their family history, and that is they the mom's family, they usually have diabetes at the age of 40 and till their old age. And he's beginning to wonder, "Ah, I don't want my kids to have this as well. I don't want my kids to have to experience this. What if I get married to her and they take this trait from my wife's family and they have it and have to nurse it for the rest of their lives?" He is scared for the future of his children, born children, and he's beginning to contemplate, is it worth it? Is this the right thing to do? Hello, good evening. Hello. All right, we lost that call. So he's asking, he's beginning to contemplate, is this the right thing to do? Should I just go ahead and marry her? Or should I just stay away for the sake of the children that we would have and all of that? He's scared that his children should not inherit that as well. So he's asking, is it that he's being shallow for thinking like this? Or is he realistic about the future of his unborn children? The number to call to give Jerry your advice this evening. Jerry is listening to the show. We would love to hear your advice. We would love to hear your thoughts. The number is 07000 917 917. Anthony called earlier and he mentioned that it might actually not happen to your children, and love conquers all things. And of course, there are also, I think, there's some medical there's some things that can be done medically to prevent that from happening to the children as well, even though it's hereditary. But at the same time, like Anthony says, it might not happen to your children. They might eventually not get that trait at all, right? And he also mentioned that you follow your heart. What is your heart telling you? If this was not in the picture, is this woman still somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with? If this was not happening, is this woman somebody that, what are the things that you see in her that makes you say, this is who I want to marry, before you got to realize what was going on in her family? What are those things that you see in her that made you decide that this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with? If those things are greater, then you can go ahead. But just like Anthony says, follow your heart. What is your heart telling you to do at this time? What is on your mind? What are you thinking is the what do you think is the right thing to do? Because at the end of the day, we would not be in the marriage with you. You'll be the one in the marriage at the end of the day. So what is your heart telling you to do? What is your heart telling you to do at this time? Do you think you can deal with it? Do you think you'll be comfortable seeing your children have that? And bear in mind, she might also get that trait from her mom. And that means that when she's also 14, she has tendencies of having it as well. It's not certain, but she might. Are you willing to stay with her through thick and thin, even when it happens to her and it eventually happens to your children? Is this something you would be willing to hold on to for the rest of your life? Because just like they used to say to people who are not married, they'll tell you, what are some of the things you see in your partner that you can live with for the rest of your life? If this thing never leaves, if this thing remains the same for the rest of our lives, will I be able to handle it? Will I be able to stay? If you know that you cannot stay, if you know that you cannot handle it, there's no point venturing on that journey, right? There's no point moving on that journey because you get frustrated at the end of the day. and you might even back out on the way. So just like Anthony has mentioned, follow your heart. Other people still calling to give you advice this evening, but I wanted to hold on to what Anthony has said, which is very, very important. The kids may not have it, and you need to follow your heart. It's you that's going to be in the marriage at the end of the day. The number to call to still give Jerry your advice, a 32-year-old man who says he loves this lady, very nice lady, awesome, smart, beautiful, but he recently discovered that in their family, mom's siblings, every single one of them, including her mom, have usually developed diabetes at the age of 40. And now he's thinking, my kids will have to experience this as well. My kids will have to go through this as well. My kids will have to experience it. And even the wife, if they get married, would face this particular challenge, might face this particular challenge at the age of 40 herself. Now he's saying that this particular issue is making me reconsider whether or not I want to spend the rest of my life with her, whether or not this is what I want to do, if whether or not I am comfortable with my kids having this, I'm comfortable with my wife having this, because you'll need a care and all of that at that time. So he's asking, what do I do? I love this lady. I want to spend the rest of my life with her, but I'm not sure I can live with my kids, inheriting this from her family. I'm not sure I'm okay seeing my kids suffer from this from her bloodline. So you would like to know this evening, what would be your advice to Jerry? What advice would you give to him? What would you like to say to him? If you were in Jerry's shoes, what would you do? If you had a brother, we came to you with this particular story, telling you this is what I'm going through, this is what's happening in my girlfriend's family. What advice would you give to him? The number to call is 07000 917 917 07000 917 917 to give your advice to Jerry this evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. All right, looks like we lost that call. 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917 09155 917 917 to give your advice today, this evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Stella calling from
Good evening. How are you today? You're welcome.
I'm fine. I just want to give just
Yes, Jerry.
little advice concerning what is brought up.
Mm.
Like, this is to make control, because sometimes it might not be that the problem they get home,
Yes.
the children might also like it's a bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Those children might carry blood, they might carry his blood also. So you should not believe what affects the girl is going to affect the children.
Yes.
Because his time and everything, his bloodline that we live in that children, not that of his mother. Parents.
Yeah.
If want to move that from his mind that the children is going to
Nice family.
so just pray towards him, keep his children in prayers.
Mm.
Like what affects your mother is not going to affect you.
Okay.
Just be set.
Mm.
That's my advice for him.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling. That was Stella, and she just gave her advice to you, Jerry. She mentioned that you should pray about it and cover your kids in prayer, whether they are born or unborn, cover them in prayer. And she also mentioned that your kids might not take the traits from your wife's family. There are chances that they might take their traits from your side of the family. It may eventually not be from her, but just like you mentioned, be prayerful as well. What has happened in your wife's family will not happen to them as well. The number to call to still give Jerry your advice this evening is 07000 917 917 07000 917 917. And I also think that diabetes is not like strictly inherited. It's not a strictly inherited condition sometimes. So you really have nothing to worry about. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Happy
David.
Easter celebrations to you.
Same to you. It's
Yes.
been a while. You're
Happy
welcome.
Easter celebrations to you. Yes. Happy Easter celebrations to you and the entire house.
Thank you.
Yes. And for Jerry, I want to suggest that Jerry, first of all, takes patience and study what is the cause.
Mm.
For every problem, there is a root.
Yes.
What is the cause? That you can now determine to provide solutions.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, find out why does this happen. You and your lady can find out and sit down to research it.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, that is what makes a man or makes a couple.
Yes.
Sit down and find out why does this happen. There will be reason origin. There are social problems, secular problems, spiritual problems. There
Yes.
are social solutions, secular solutions, spiritual solutions.
Mm-hmm.
You have to delve into what is this. If it is a spiritual problem, I will not say you should adopt a social or secular approach
Yes.
to solve it. Okay, so you have to find out why is every 40, why at that particular age,
Mm.
and why, with the entire family, why is there no exception? Go into that is going to make crises come around that marriage. You are going to discover you other things. But
Mm.
there are situations that will determine you should completely go back because it is beyond you.
Yes.
But someone like me can handle it. Compared to marry someone with HIV before.
Mm.
We didn't marry because she was double dating and I let her. She told me she was having it. I got to know that she was having it before I went into that relationship. Are you getting me?
Yes. Yes.
But this is somebody I love. This is somebody I love. But we couldn't marry. Are you getting me? There are
Yes.
people who live with HIV house. I mean, they got to know, they manage it. I was willing to go that length. The truth is about many marriages today. When you go to ask the man, if you come back to this world, would you marry this woman?
Mm.
They will tell you no. And if you go to ask secretly from the women, if you come back, would you marry this man? They will tell you no. This is the men. You go to ask, would you marry this woman? They will tell you no. If you ask them privately, because they didn't get confused in that marriage, in that relationship.
Yes.
So, ask you to do it. Don't come to a rash conclusion. Find out why. Then ask yourself sincerely, will I be able to address this? Can I muster courage to do this? And I want to tell you, in every relationship that becomes marriage, there will be a challenge
Yes.
or challenges. And if you dodge this one, who knows what is going to come with the other person?
Exactly.
That the decision is rested on you, but you need to get to do with truth. That will lead you to the truth. This is a fact. Why will I want to do this? Is this what doing that much? Am I willing to accomplish something that others have to address and erase? Because the issue is that people address problems, but they don't erase them. They don't completely delete that problem. I will go and make sure you don't be that you don't willing to go that same way
for you. Mm-hmm.
You understand? If you are already doing symptoms that show that if I lost one leg now and I'm amputated in one leg, this lady will not continue in this relationship with me. Don't stick your neck for people who are not going to celebrate you, but who can only tolerate you.
Mm.
You must be on the same page. You must be seeing this thing clearly. Be realistic. Be realistic. Be realistic. And then put in your head once you make up your mind that that's what you want to do. Give it and you will overcome. Sometimes it is not a spiritual problem. Sometimes it is a scientific problem. This is secular. sometimes it is a social issue, social matter. Maybe somebody just said something and then they did certain things, or that they have lived the kind of lifestyle that you need to medically correct or abuse, or lifestyle that you need to find. So you need to find out why is it and why the age of 40, why. So you now determine. Now, if this lady, everything is in the heart, you are matching everything, and this is the only issue, you have a small issue.
Yes.
But you have to be decided. This is not something you get to the middle of the road and you change your mind. So you look at the end from the beginning now, because you have not married this lady. Pray that God will guide you with wisdom.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Enjoy the rest
Yes.
of your day. Yes. Thank you so much, David, for calling to give your advice to Jerry. Jerry, you've heard a lot of things also from what Stella mentioned. And he also mentioned that the first thing to do is to find the root cause of the issue. Before you can address anything properly, you need to find the reason why it is happening in the first place. You know, a spiritual matter. Is it a medical issue? Is it something that can be solved? You need to dig deep into the reason why this is happening in the first place before you then know what to do to solve the problem. That is Jerry's story this evening. He's still listening and you'll love to hear from us. This is Women Radio 91.7. You're listening to Adult Conversations.
Women Radio 91.7. Breaking of yes. Have you been a victim of corruption? Do you want to report how corruption affects you and your community? Send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Nigeria, a nation of many languages and tribes, we will live together and grow together. United we stand, united we thrive. This message is brought to you by Women Radio WFM 91.7 FM.
Your business has really grown.
I did try, my friend. I need better equipment to expand well.
Then you should apply for MTN Young Now Initiative.
What I gave?
4 weeks business training, mentorship, and equipment loans up to 3 million naira.
I did. MTN is making positive impact in the lives of old women, nurturing, empowering, and supporting those of them in business. Apply now at mtn.ng/yellow premium. Applications close April 20th, 2026.
This is what I call full house.
Yes, sir. That's me.
Who's talking about you? I'm talking about this big yogurt drink full house pack in your hand.
The Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter full house pack with more refreshment contains fresh cow milk. Share and enjoy full house goodness filled with essential vitamins and minerals. Reach for your peak.
Jíjẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Women Radio fún ẹ ní àǹfààní láti darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn obìnrin bíi tiẹ̀ yálà akẹ́kọ̀ọ́, oníṣòwò, oníṣẹ́ àdáni, òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì, ìyàwó ilé tàbí àgbẹ̀ ní gbogbo ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ mẹ́rìndínlógójì ní Nàìjíríà. Bí o bá ti di ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Women Radio, a ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ fún okòwò rẹ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́, ó sì ní àǹfààní láti jọjú lórí. Orúkọ sílẹ̀ ní ufm91.com. Darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí Facebook. Download mobile app àti kékeré tó bá wà. Jíjẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Women Radio jẹ́ ètò láti lè ṣe WFM 91.7 pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn Market Foundation Nigeria Media Foundation Program.
You define correct product strong, get guarantee. Fine, and you know to cost. Elegant Industrial City Limited, they put you first. We get plastic chair for adult and pikin, party table and school table, disposable plates and cup, plus reusable plastic. We get food warmer, laptops, dustbin for different size, baby pampers, sanitary pad for ladies, travel bag for all size, head bread, and plenty more. Elegant Industrial City Limited, package you well with products we find unique and different shape and size. Beg, we can come out place for kilometer 68, like Ekpe Expressway, after Eleko Junction, Ibriju, Lagos. You can call us for 0818 019 9999 or 0909 147 3665. Or send us email for eleganzaindustrialcity@yahoo.com. Info@eleganzaindustrialgroups.com or sales@eleganzagroup.com. Check our website for www.eleganzagroup.com. Eleganza Industrial City. Name our guarantee.
So vibes. Every music note counts, aligning with lyrics and words soothing to the ears, voices and melodies with the best vibes ever. That's vibes on Women Radio WFM 91.7.
You know I'm just that big.
The big question.
In fact, it's easy more when you add a snake and whether python and swallow emoji.
Why?
Everything has increased.
Conversation controversial and borderline disruptive. The big question.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays from 12 or 5 p.m. only on Women Radio. Women Radio 91.7, breaking the culture. Yes.
I need your love. Don't press the pin. Love me in and out. I'm feeling it.
Anytime you call me, I'll be down. Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only. Because I need and I need and I need and I need you more. Yeah, you know I run and I run and I run and I run. Fly, we can fly in the sky in the night. Hold me in your arms and your love and your light. I'm on your wave right now. I'm on your wave right now. Yeah. I'm on your vibe now. You got me on your side now. Yeah, I'm on your wave right now. Yeah. If not you, then I don't wanna know. I don't want no story. Day and night is unconditional. Got me living softly. Yeah, yeah. Love me judge, love me tender. You know you love turn me up like never. Anything you want and I'ma do whatever. Because I love and I love and I love and I love you only. Because I need and I need and I need and I need you more. Yeah, you know I run and I run and I run and I run. Fly, fly in the sky in the night. Hold me in your arms and your love and your light. I'm on your wave right now. I'm on your wave right now. Yeah. I'm on your vibe now. You got me on your side now. Yeah, I'm on your wave right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Said love me judge, love me tender. Love me judge, love me tender. Love me judge, love me tender. You my sugar, my honey, my tender lover. Yeah, you are my sugar, my honey, my tender lover. You are sugar, my honey, my tender lover. Why would you just open your mouth and say something? Actually, terrified. Yeah.
Women Radio 91.7, breaking the culture of silence.
Anybody we won't fight you, may they come, they already know. I'll be right beside you, like the wall of Jericho. They don't know, they don't know, they don't know what's going on. Monagiso, 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 my baby boo. I'll be a soldier for you, I'm getting better in Kung Fu. You should know I got it, and you don't need to guide me too. I'll be right beside you in anything that you do. If you ever need saving, I will be running to you, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to.
When I'm looking for trouble, it's cause I know that I got you. Wanting my best, everybody, oh oh. And it's because of your kung fu. And anytime that I'm out of control, you hold me down. You never, never let go. Yeah, Munagisa, my baby boo. See all the battles you'll be fighting, and I'll be right there with you. I may be small, but I'm mighty, and I go run up for you. And anybody waits, I be here. Don't be you, pull it, I be alright. And if I ever need saving, I'll be running to you.
Running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you. Running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you.
Good evening, you're welcome back. This is Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families. And today we're giving advice to a man called Jim. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. How are you today? Please reduce the volume of your radio. You're welcome. What's your name and where are you coming from?
Okay, my name is
Last to call me from Florida. Good evening. So good to have you.
Yeah. So I want to say my own opinion.
Yes.
The guys will look at the effect of what usually happens to the family at the age of 40.
Okay.
If it's what you can see, you know, if it is diabetes, well, there are people that live with diabetes that are doing fine, but they are taking their medications.
Yeah.
So, what you can always find is then you can take it when you pull out.
Okay.
I don't know if you what I mean by the side effects.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, this is side effect, something like say, oh, this thing I cannot handle it. Pull out. Yeah, but if it said, okay, having a diabetes with the medication, then I can see you stand it.
Yeah.
And you just go with the lady.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Thank you so much. All right. That was Olasakomi giving his advice to Jerry this evening. He says, if you think you can handle it, and if, going through medication and all of those things, you feel like you can handle it at the end of the day, then you can go ahead. But if you think this is not something you can take for the rest of your life, there's no point going into it at all. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Anayo.
Good evening, Anayo. How are you today? Happy Easter.
I wish you well.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just my own little contribution to it. 2010, broke 11. Until I started feeling somehow. I went to the hospital. They did everything they needed. And then I had blood pressure. Originally, I had high blood pressure again. I was fortunate enough. One medical doctor transformed. So it's time to make some analysis, and I started asking questions.
Yes.
And it gave me everything I needed to know.
Mm.
When the parents people you see all those are just small pamphlet like pamphlet.
Yes.
Life is inside those things.
Mm.
The doctor told me that most of the health challenges will occur hereditary.
Mm.
It's abuse of many years.
Mm. That's
You
true.
know, teaching abuse.
Mm.
It said to me, by the time you are 40,
Mm.
you need to come up. And the heredity I'm talking about, I want to see sometimes. I can still remember everything he told me.
Mm.
And I can remember I was praying to him. The pancreas process the sugar and send it to the insulin. Send it to
Mm.
so the enzyme begin to release it to the body and it needs. Remember, I can eat a bottle of granite. I can buy like 500, 1,000 sweeter with a bottle of drink. That was my cooking pattern. I can eat it, but I can finish it. I mean, it's just like people with just eating with 10 fingers. Everything you are saying is very, very correct. You know, what is the content of that? Which when the part clot around the artery, and the heart begin to pump, you know, that is what I don't feel that talking telling us about. If not over time, that contract has been eroded. The sugar goes directly to the insulin. Sometimes it might affect to type that consumes sugar. Because you know it believes to this other it can manage for the rest of his life. You know, it puts me everything. And I said, okay, what can I do now? It's simple. So what I okay, blood pressure, I took my money, I write it up. Then I spoke to this tripod. After 3 days, I'm on the road. And I did that for the space of 6 months. You know, people every 2 weeks. So later on, they want to tell and say, what did you do? I said, and some things are done. They don't need drugs again. And to the glory of God, I'm God, I want to talking to you. So Jerry, you find out the teaching pattern in your people family. You can get that through your life. You know, there are people, when you come to a party, you see them, they serve rice, they will collect. They serve panania, they will collect. They serve amala, they will collect. And so eating everything, no, that's not too good. So the teaching pattern is what we have to check. Like David rightly said, so not spiritual because even if that could be 1 out of the 100. That is that pattern for many years. That we begin to observe. And if we happen to you, and they want to put around that and the information and nothing like that. So, doctor, even if I'm just telling you my experience that these things are surmountable. all this hereditary. Check out what I'm doing. You see, when you go to some private school, those expensive school, I am just money. Some
Children. Yes.
Start is round. You is rounded up. That the account to buy. This one is back. Thing you buy. That one is back. And you need to find out. And the doctor also told me, I just remember that a man needs between 3,500 calories every day. TV, expenditure life, expenditure life.
Yes.
So this individual that go from how she house to the has to wait for it. You know, a woman needs 2,500 to 3,000. Then when she to 50,000.
Yes.
That's where I'm going. Very, very good.
Especially when you're doing
I
exercise.
You see me that time, I'm telling you. I come there now to use my tummy is like I'm carrying to 12 months pregnant. No, but when you see now, this guy is
yes.
Yes, that's true. So this is you don't need to be afraid of. This is you start from the physical, like we said. Find out, like this, and I'm telling you, just take it. Find out the eating pattern in that your family. You discover that maybe they eat a lot. So especially if you are from South East, they don't eat. Like, even when you say you're eat and eat well. Your friend will become a problem. So please, so that's my people say for lack of knowledge. You will need knowledge. Don't go into spiritual aspect. These things are just things that I had known. I had 2009, 10, 11. If I had known it, I wouldn't run into that problem. But I thank God the Lord helped me. I really fought against it. I said, this thing I'm coming. I particularly doctor told me I got to take this drug for life. I said, relax. I'm going to take it for life. And I thank God I didn't take it for life. I didn't calculate 2011 to today. At least you have more than 10 years and I'm still alive. Find out knowledge before attributing spiritual attack. Find out why is it that for myself can be anything. So find out and go through the situation. Only anybody can develop that don't control that. Anybody. They don't control the number 3,000, 2,500 calories. We are eating out to 6,000 calories every day. The excess is from in the body. Over time, like a program that want to deliver, over time the results will go up. Any kind of disease that comes to the grace.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling this evening to give your advice to Jerry. He has said a lot of things that I'm hoping that you took note of and paid attention to. And one of the things he mentioned was to check the eating pattern in your wife's family. How do they eat? What do they eat? When do they eat? All of these things they matter a lot. Eating late into the night, taking a lot of sugar, and not doing exercise at all. Some people don't go out. They don't go out. They stay indoor all day, every day, and they don't even exercise. They don't go to the gym. They don't even take a walk. All of these things coupled together have effects on the long run. So think about it. Check what's the eating habit in our family. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Good evening. You're welcome. I can't hear you clearly. It's not clear. It's dragging a little. I think it's the network. I can hardly hear. Oh, so sorry. I can hardly hear what he was saying, but I'd love to hear from you to give Jerry your advice. The number to call to still give Jerry your advice is 07000 917 917. And I think this is also something every single person listening should also take note of. The things you're taking now in your young age, they would eventually have effects when you're much older, because many of these things do not go away. They stick somewhere in the body, and at a certain age your body cannot withstand certain things anymore, so it just comes out as different things. So let's begin to watch what we eat. Let's begin to watch what we take when we eat. Sitting down too much, try to do exercise once in a while, just like Anaya mentioned. He had to take walks and all that. So do that as well. Don't just stay in one place from morning till night. So you're not burning excess fat and all of that. That's Jerry's story, by the way. I will be right back to give more advice. This is Women Radio 91.7. It's 5 minutes to 9 o'clock, and you're listening to Adult Conversations.
I don't want to waste your time. Oh, girl, I need surviving.
I put my head on your shoulder when this is all over. Want to make you my wife. As you know, they my side. Be like, say, I don't they lose my mind. I put my head on your shoulder when this is all over. Want to make you my wife. Although I know you want me, baby. I know you miss me, girl. Stop the fronting, baby. Stop the fronting, yeah. Although I know you want me, baby. I know you miss me, girl. Stop the fronting, baby. I don't they lose my mind. Out of sight is out of mind. Oh, babe, when this is all over, I need kisses all over. I wanna make you my wife. Now you I want to see when I wake up. I don't care how long it takes. I want you to make up. And when this season is over, I wanna make you my wife. Although I know you want me, baby. I know you miss me, girl. Stop the fronting, baby. Stop the fronting, yeah. Although I know you want me, baby. I know you miss.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Any magana kia. 12 a.m. in the morning. I still do it for your call. Don't do me like this, oh yeah. Aramiti walona, yeah. But I don't the wait, oh. I don't the wait, see, so yeah. And I still dey pray, oh. I still dey pray, oh yeah. Oh, Dana, oh my ego now for you. Oh my ego for you. Oh my rabba now for you. Yeah. Oh my rabba for you. Go me now for you. Yeah. Okay for you. All the motor for my garage for you. Yeah. All the motor in the garage for you. Yeah. Oh my ego now for you. Ego now for you. Yeah. Oh my rabba now for you. Yeah. Oh my rabba now for you. Yeah. Go me now for you. Yeah. All the motor for my garage for you. Yeah. All the motor for the garage for you.
WFM.
Hey, movement to inspire and to break the culture of silence. Here is 91.7, the voice of women, the voice of women, the voice of women. 91.7, the voice of women, voice of women.
91.7.
It's 9 o'clock, and here is the news at 9 on Women Radio 91.7. Women and families in parts of North Nigeria facing growing insecurity as recent attacks have raised concerns about safety. This was reported in Abuja on Monday, April 26, highlighting the urgent need for stronger protection, especially for women and children who are often more vulnerable to crisis. Young women gain stronger opportunities in the digital space as the new fellowship in Choir State prepares to train 20 women in artificial intelligence engineering. The program started on April 7th. 6 will equip participants with technical and soft skills, positioning them for roles in Nigeria's growing digital economy. Women, especially those who are internally displaced or living in rural areas, will benefit from inclusive electoral planning as northern stakeholders in Kaduna raise concerns over political disenfranchisement. Today, Nigeria's naira exchanges at 1,378 naira to a dollar, 1,588 naira to a euro, and 1,822 naira to a pound. For weather reported in Lagos, mostly cloudy at 33 Celsius. Abuja is mostly sunny at 30 Celsius. Port Harcourt is mostly cloudy at 29 degrees Celsius. Women leaders in finance are being celebrated globally as the World Federation of Exchanges in London announced its 2026 Women Leaders List on Saturday, 4th of April 2026. The announcement recognizes women excelling in global finance markets and reinforces efforts to boost diversity and leadership opportunities for women in finance. Nigeria's goalkeeper Kanadozie started March, keeping a clean sheet in a 2-0 FIFA Cup win over Arsenal women on Sunday, 5th of April 2026, highlighting the growing impact of Nigerian women in international football. Women Radio 91.7 urged the National Assembly to pass a special seat bill HB 1349 to increase women representation in the national and state houses of assembly. Today marks 11 years, 357 days since Chibok girls were captured, and 8 years and 46 days since the abduction of Leah Sharibu, the Dachi girl. Women Radio 91.7 calls for the safe release of all our girls still in captivity. Women Radio 91.7 demands justice from the government, victims and survivors of sexual abuse and rape. If you have been sexually abused, please contact a sexual assault referral center near you. My name is Faithful Akiremi. Good evening. Thanks for listening.
91.7.
Nigeria's first female-centric radio station for women and families. WFM 91.7.
As you see me so, I know that you go. But that one no mean say I know they wish you well, yo. I mind my own business and I don't give a shit, but I still let you go. Cause we are one and same one struggle. See, there'll be no one to come, my brother. I stay without you. There'll be no one to come, my neighbor. I stay without you. There'll be no one to show I care. But without you, there'll be nothing. That's why I say, I don't want you to look at me like a stranger. I don't want to come across to you like just another nigga. And you cannot trust somebody, but you have to trust someone. Oh, that's why I want you to see me as your brother. Oh, yeah, alright. Yeah, alright. See me as your brother. As you see me so, it married on bless me. But that one no mean say I will come this happy cozy you. See we are all different and unique in our own different ways. We are one in the same one struggle. Without you, there'll be no one to come my doctor. Without you, there'll be no one to come my father, my without you, there'll be no one to come my African. Without you, there'll be no one. That's why I say, I don't want you to look at me like a stranger. I don't want to come across to you like just another nigga. And if you cannot trust somebody, but you have to trust someone. That's why I want you to see me as your brother. See me as your brother. See me as your brother. I will bless you. I will bless you. I will bless us. Yeah, yeah. I will bless you. I will bless you. I will bless us. Yeah, yeah. Oh, see me as your brother. See me as your brother. Look me like your nigga. I say hypertech nigga. See me as your guy. See me as your nigga. See me as your nigga. I say hypertech nigga. See me as your brother. See me as your brother. Why don't you look like your sister? Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. See her like your sister. And look me like your brother. Oh, oh, brother, yeah. I could run away, oh baby, if I could run away, I could search for a million years, I would still never find the words. And the greatest of all the things I fear is that my true feelings will never be heard by you. You'll never know how much I care. Girl, you'll never know how much your love will mean to me. Your love will mean to me. If I could run away, I'd run with you far away to a place where there'll be angels who describe to you the way I feel for you, feel about you, my heart and my soul's desire. I could walk all around the world, I would still never find the words. Cause the feeling I feel inside my heart is a feeling that has never been felt by me. I've never been so deep in love, and girl, it's never been so hard to say.
Good evening, and welcome back. This is Women Radio 91.7. You're still listening to Adult Conversations. Today, we're still giving advice to a man called Jerry. And for the sake of those who are just joining us, I'll go over the story one more time. The story says, my name is Jerry. I am 32 years old and I love my girlfriend. She's beautiful, curvy, and smart. But after knowing her family history, I am not sure. All her mom's siblings have diabetes by the age of 40. And now I am scared. What if my kids inherit it as well? And it's making me question marriage. Am I being shallow or realistic? What should I do? Hello, good evening. Good evening. You're welcome.
Yeah, okay, I'm Sam Good John. I called earlier, but the network was bad.
Oh,
Now,
yes, I can hear you now. You're welcome.
just a quick one. I really don't want to say much. You know, I've been calling, and actually, this is my first time of calling this
You're welcome.
line.
Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, like I said earlier, my name is Sam Good John, and I'm calling from Ikorodu.
You're welcome.
Okay, just a quick one. You know, it has always been a universal phenomenon when people will be like, if I get married to this girl, and if we get married and if we have babies, we have this, we have that. But me, I didn't see it that way though. Like every other caller said, you know, I just wish it's online hearing everybody advice and all. Okay, but all I would just say is that, you know, it all depends on your blood group, you know, your blood group and your code. If the guy is A or ES, you know what I mean by all those stuff, human blood. So me, I wouldn't say the children will imitate the lady side. You know, it's two different type of bloodline coming together.
Yes.
So like the previous caller said, he said, I believe when children have started growing, I believe as a father, when you discover such things happening in the family, I believe you should be able to, you know, minimize, watch some things they eat, you know, do exercise, you know, make the children be conversant with exercise and watch the food they eat so that, you know, when they grow old, like the 40 is talking about, it won't, even if they have that type of, you know, like what they complain of, it won't be like that. Even if the children want to have that kind of lifestyle, it wouldn't be like that. So my own, you understand? So if they love the girl, they should go ahead and get married to the girl. You know, so you should just love. Once you love the girl, I believe every other things will just followed. Like the last caller that called you, the lady, she said you should look up to God and pray everything will be fine. You know. And like the previous caller too, that said it might be a spiritual something, and just put God first, and I believe everything will be okay.
Yes.
That's what I said. And if you really love the girl, we should go ahead and get married to her, and just free your mind and look up to God. Eat well. Make sure the children, even yourself and your wife, make sure you guys do exercise. Make exercise become a burden in the family. Watch what you eat and put God first. I believe everything will be okay.
Yes.
So you shouldn't be thinking of what people will say, like this universal phenomenon of people. This lady, their parents, they died by 4, or they have diabetes by 4 and stuff like that. No, yours will not be like that, and it will never be like that. Just have a clean, positive mind. Things will be good. So that's what I just want to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. All right. Thank you so much for calling this evening to give your advice to Jerry. We really appreciate your contribution this evening. Just like he has said, it depends on a lot of things, and there's no guarantee that if they have it in your family, your children would have it as well. So just like he said, if you love her, this is somebody you really want to spend the rest of your life with, go ahead to marry her. Of course, count your cost. Is this something you can deal with for the rest of your life? If not, you can want to reconsider. But if you truly, truly love her, like you said, there are lots of measures to manage this situation so you don't have to fear and you don't have to worry. Thank you so much for calling and also giving your advice this evening to Jerry. This is Women Radio 91.7. You're listening to Adult Conversations.
Your station, your story.
With total family of late Philip Oladoton Amo announces his peaceful transition to glory. Pa Philip Oladoton Amo, the husband of Florence Oladoton Amo, host of Laujo Daily on Women Radio 91.7, passed on Monday the 22nd of March 2026, the age of 74. The service of service was held on Tuesday, the 7th of April 2026, 4 p.m. at the Citadel Community Church, Oregon, Lagos. Guests are requested to be discreet. Funeral service follows on Wednesday, the 8th of April 2026, 10 a.m. at the Chapel of God, Live, Alosa, Ikeja. Guests are encouraged to shades of blue. May he rest. From all of us, Women Radio WFM 1. Radio 91.7. States for women and their families. Welcome back. This is Women Radio 91.7, and we're still giving advice to Jerry on adult conversations. Samuel Jones was called not so long ago, telling you that if you truly love this lady, then you go ahead to marry her, but it also depends on a lot of things. At the end of the day, he also mentioned that you put God first and involve God in the whole process. All right. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Hello? Please reduce the volume of your radio. Always reduce the volume of your radio before you're calling so we can have a smooth conversation. The number to call to give Jerry your advice this evening is 07000 917 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917 to give your advice to Jerry this evening. Just like Anayo said, David and every other person was calling. This is not something to be scared about. It's most times not hereditary at all. It's something that majorly involves personal diet, how you live your personal life. It's influenced by lifestyle, growing up, and all of those things. Just like and I also gave a perfect example to that too. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm
Good evening. You're welcome. How are you today?
My contribution in this case is that I know a guy. This guy, the father is diabetic. So I can't live up with mother. But all of them, all the children, most of them have their identities. And one of them that I know very well, he has not married, he has not been to death because of this problem. The way he behaves, besides, anytime he has little hold on him, it affects him a lot. So I'm not discussing what is the most. I want to tell you, you have to be very careful. When the aggressor, verify one of the
Yeah.
and it should be very careful to speak clearly before we can do this marriage. Because it's like this thing that has to say. Some of them you tell them about you should have one investigation, don't have this, have the access of it, which we see that people and at the end of the day, so we have to be very careful. There are issues that one cannot handle. So you can't let it go. Well, just not married, but you have to keep married. Whether you think to bear the consequences, it's not forbidden arises concerning this issue.
Yes.
That is my own contribution to it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Good night. Thank you so much for calling to give your advice to Jerry this evening. Just like you mentioned, if it's something you can handle on the long run, then you can go ahead. You can count the cost. Look at it from different angles. Is this something you can deal with for the rest of your life? If she eventually has it as well, is this something you'll be able to manage, in relation to your finances, in relation to your mental health, dealing with that? And just like David also says, you should check the cost of this issue. Why is it significant to the age of 40? Why not 39? Why not 50? Why is it 40 for every single person? So you should check the root cause of this particular matter. Why is this happening now? Why is this happening to them at this particular age, of their lives? And also check, is it a spiritual problem? So you can know how to figure it out. Talk about it with your girlfriend. Sit together, have a conversation, and make your research. Medically, make your research. What are some of the things you can do from an early age that can prevent it from happening to you, to your wife as well when she gets to that age of 40, and also prevent it from happening to your children? So you need to look at all of these things carefully so you can come to a conclusion and can know what you're actually fighting against. At the end of the day, we believe that everything would go fine, everything will go well. And the most important thing is think about it. Is this something you can deal with? Because just like David said, there would always be challenges in marriages. There is no relationship without its own problems. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to me. How are you today?
I can get very follow.
You're welcome.
All the family tonight, good evening. I will need the story again because I travel. I just entered Lagos.
Oh, you're welcome.
I didn't get the story.
Okay, you're
I will
welcome.
call back.
All right, no problem. All right, thank you so much, Cindy, for calling. You're welcome. Please take time to rest well so you can be okay for tomorrow. The story tonight is the story of Jerry. He says he's a 32-year-old man. He loves his girlfriend. They love each other. She's smart. She's beautiful. But he says that he eventually got to know about her family history. And the history is that in this lady's family, they usually have diabetes at the age of 40. So every single person in their mom's family all have diabetes at the age of 40, moving forward like that. And now he's scared. What if his children gets this as well? What if it happens to his children? Basically, he doesn't want that cycle to continue in his family. So he's asking, should I go ahead with this relationship? I'm scared to marry her because I don't know if this will happen to my children as well. So he wants to know, do you think I can go ahead with this relationship? What if it happens to my children as well? That's the story this evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Can you come back again? My brother is Jerry, right?
Yes, Jerry.
Jerry, the case is very simple, and thank God for the family intelligent people they are very calling. The moment to look at it is probably because I'm a science student.
Yes.
I see the medical line. You know that when you love someone, you study her very well. Before I married, when I just trouble that time, I like you.
Yes.
I like you before I marry, and then when I met you, I like the way you do this side. Because first time during the trouble, when I met it like that, when the love is going after 8 months, 6 months, the next is I want to close to her mother. And I wanted to see the way we look like, all the things we are feeling. That's why I did it fast. I want purpose something. That's why I study. Normally, the way of the family have said it, they are right. What I want you to do now is that you need medical line. And that's why I don't move with electric people, and the marketing. I don't know much about, what they call it, medical line.
Yeah.
And that's why I like my family. When we are small, we have the family store, and that's why every end of the month, we are doing family meeting, we ask questions. That's why if I like woman, you can bring any prices. I will never afford for any woman. I like woman shop. That when things happen, I do something wrong, I call my family doctor, and they take care of everything. That's all. That's why I love my life. I don't deal with medical something. Now, get the expert doctor, narrate the story for your doctor, and they know the first thing they will tell you.
Yeah.
You know that we say you for now, like the way we are not sure, it's not of the medical people already said it, and the witness it, it's normal. That if you love somebody, you special level to help that you. That, but the only thing you would like to make people doctor, and if you want your girlfriend very well, anything they say that you do, you must follow me.
Yes.
That's it. And then you don't follow it, anything happen to you on your own. I've already tried myself, and that because it's very simple. Medical is very simple. That's why I like outside the world when things happen like this. These are working, doing tests every day. Like the way one of my madam are calling, you are hitting a lot of things, hitting everything. But when you have money, not by the time maybe we are getting 80, 60, 60. That's why I don't joke with doctor. When things happen, they will give me, when they want to kill me, watching them, my doctor says to me, forgot too much easy. They are just an TV that let me check it. And then, what do you like it in? I said, after maybe that one, I like watching certain films. That's why I'm watching things now. If they like this, anyhow, my mind, I don't do my mind. But now, after your program, this radio program, I'm watching things. I like watching and get things. That's not to concern about Nigerian film or the so where I work, I don't know whether NCA or the Nigerian people I watch things. That talk to your doctor will tell you for the rest of your life. That's the only thing that can help you. Because anything happens, a lot of people are giving you advice now, doctor. No matter anything that happens to your wife, it's not doctor. You better get a family doctor that will monitor her and she will be listening. This is what I want. This is what you need to. This is how you do things. So if I tell you get good doctor, nothing. It made me remember one of our family that is a simple seller from that time. I know the money they spend. In US now, come and see them. The time if I said marry them, said they will come and see them today. You see the way God is working, and we don't play with medical line. I know that the same money is so easy. This is a lesson for in our family. After that one, that's not happen. Come and see them. And just today, big boy, big and fast. Come and see them in US doing great. The only time I remember that some of them, that time we see that they will die early, and then, nothing happens to them. And if they are married, we don't see more this and that. I'm okay, Jerry. When you like something like that, anything can happen. Like the way you're not talking, by the time you are 40, something we have. And then you take a doctor and more local radio. You see what we are doing. The kind of money you are doing, the matter you are doing, take care of your health. Take care of your health very well. That's it. Almighty God will give you some understanding. Tomorrow, my sister.
Okay, thank you so much, Sunday. Thank you for calling this evening to give your advice to Jerry. Just like he has said, consult a medical doctor and also adhere strictly to every advice that you're giving. Listen to the doctor, listen to, complications, what you can do to avoid it, how you can manage it properly, how to avoid it happening to you and your wife, and then you follow strictly every advice that they give you. Meal plan, if there's a need for that, exercises, if there's a need for that, anything that's all that the doctor advice, you do them strictly. Thank you so much for calling. The number is still 07000 917 That's Jerry's story, and it's asking for our advice. And just like David was saying the other time, there will be a lot of issues in relationships. Every relationship has its own challenges. If you say you're leaving this relationship now because of what's happening in your family, what do you know might happen in the next relationship you're going to? And like Tunde said, it's good that you know about our family history now. It's not that when you get married, that's when you now discover that this happens in your family. Now that you know it, it's the best time to address it. But it's not. This is not the time for you to run, from issues. Don't run from issues. You face it head on. You at least attempt to solve the problem first before you decide to move. Right? Attempt to solve it. Attempt to find a solution. Attempt to find how you can make it better as an individual. And then if it's not working, at least that you tried your best. But this particular issue, I believe it's something that would it would definitely have a solution. It's something that you can find help with at the end of the day. And like Olasokomi also mentioned, if you can properly manage the situation at the end of the day, when you get married, think about it well. Do you think if you get married and she eventually has diabetes in her 40s, will you be able to still love her as much as you do? When it comes with financial constraints, when it comes with paying attention to her, being there 24/7, do you think you'll be able to be there for her? If worse comes to worse, will you be able to handle this? Think about these things well. Is your love for her strong enough to withstand all of these things? And mostly, can she do the same for you? If you are the one in this situation, will she stand by you? Will she stand for you, there for you? That's Jerry's story. Jerry, you've listened, you've heard, and I hope you're taking notes of every advice. This is Women Radio 97.7, and you're listening to Adult Conversations.
Into Women Radio 91.7 for everything women.
My Nigeria, your Nigeria, our Nigeria. Together, we rise as one nation, one people for a brighter tomorrow. This message is brought to you by Women Radio WFM 91.7 FM.
HB 1349 is a House Bill number 1349. HB 1349 is reserved for women in the Senate, House of Representatives, and state assemblies. HB 1349, when passed, will make our democracy stronger. Appeal to your senators and House of Rep members to vote for HB 1349 for a better Nigeria. If you love Nigeria, support HB 1349 by sharing this message, brought to you by Women Radio 91.7 FM.
With total submission to the will of God, family of the Philip Oladosun announces a successful transition to glory. Pa Philip Oladosun Amo, beloved husband of Florence Oladosun Amo, host of Laujo Berry on Women Radio 91.7, passed on Monday, the 26th of March, 2026, at the age of 74. The service of songs was held on Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2026, at 4 p.m. at the Citadel Global Community Church, Oregon, Lagos. Guests requested to be dressed in white. The funeral service follows on Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2026, at 10 a.m. at the Chapel of Christ, the Line, Alausa, Ikeja. Guests are encouraged to wear shades of blue. He will be missed. His soul rests in perfect peace. From all of us at Women Radio WFM 91.7.
This is what I call full house.
Yes, sir. That's me. I feel
Huh? I was talking about you. I'm talking about this big yogurt drink full house pack in your hand.
The Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter full house pack with more refreshment contains fresh cow milk. Yeah, and enjoy full house goodness filled with essential vitamins and minerals. Peak, reach for your peak.
Ko kun san zama memba na gidan rediyon mata wato Women Radio wata dama ce da za ta haɗa ku mata da wasu ɗaiɗaikun 'yan uwa mata da suka ƙware suka kuma goge wurin kafa sabon kasuwanci, siye da sayarwa, noma, kula da gida, sha'anin karatu da ƙwararrun ma'aikata daga dukkanin jihohi 36 da ke faɗin ƙasar nan domin samun horaswa da kuma 'yar uwa a matsayin na memba ta wannan gidan rediyon za ki mori damar tallata hajar kyauta da kuma samun kwasar garaɓasar gasa iri-iri. Maza ku garzaya ku nemo ku kuma sauke Women Radio app a wayoyin sadarwar ku domin sauraron shirye-shirye da aka tanada a domin ku. Ku yi rajista kyauta akan manhajar wannan rediyon akan WFM917.com tare da tabbatar da cewa kun bibiye shafin Women Radio na Facebook. Women Radio na tare da haɗin gwiwar ma'aikatu irin na Mark Foundation da kuma Nigeria Media Innovation Program. Na mai
You looking for a place to advertise your business at affordable rates or a hall to host all your corporate events and conferences? Then don't look any further for all your advert placements, live interviews, announcements, religious programs, event bookings, and lots more. Give your business the boost and reach your target audience at an affordable rate here on Women Radio 91.7. What are you waiting for? Hurry now! Call the numbers 0905 555 8998, 0806 009 2137, or 0816 060 5673, or email us at sales@wfm917.
Oh, yeah, give the left or right, up. You think you know like you're speaking? It's like this. Get in the ring on the Big Team Show every weekday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WFM 91.2.
Sell your market on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Are you a member of our Women Radio Network? Are you a trader? Do you own a business? Do you want to increase your sales? I have good news for you. To sell your market free at no charge every Tuesday, 30 a.m. Women Radio WFM 91.7. Call 07000 917 917 or 9155 917 917. 0800 1235 917. Sell your market and connect with customers far and wide for free. This is only for Women Radio Network members. Follow us on social media, Facebook and YouTube at WFM 917.
Radio 91.7. Amplifying women's voices every hour, every day.
fine baby ẹlẹ́yin ju ẹ̀jẹ̀ mo fẹ́ràn rẹ olólùfẹ́ tó bá ti fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́ tó bá jọjọ́ alẹ́ èmi lórúkọ kò fà mí nírun tó bá ti fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́ tó bá jọjọ́ alẹ́ èmi lórúkọ kò fà mí nírun gbọ̀n ohun tí mo fẹ́ jẹ ṣòun ni yóò jẹ gbọ́n èmi lórúkọ kò fà mí nírun gbọ̀n ohun tí mo fẹ́ jẹ ṣòun ni yóò jẹ gbọ́n èmi lórúkọ kò fà mí nírun gbọ̀n sweetie baby ẹlẹ́yin ju ẹ̀jẹ̀ Fatima baby ẹlẹ́yin ju ẹ̀jẹ̀ Shikira baby ẹlẹ́yin ju ẹ̀jẹ̀ ọmọ wù mí baby ẹlẹ́yin ju ẹ̀jẹ̀ Bukky baby ẹlẹ́yin ju ẹ̀jẹ̀ mo fẹ́ràn rẹ olólùfẹ́ tó bá ti fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́ tó bá dọ́jọ́ alẹ́ pè mí lórúkọ mo fà mí nírun mú tó bá ti fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́ tó bá dọ́jọ́ alẹ́ pè mí lórúkọ mo fà fà mí nírùngbọ̀n. Ohun tí mo fẹ́ jẹ pè mí lórúkọ kò fà mí nírùngbọ̀n. Ohun tí mo fẹ́ jẹ ṣòun ni ó jẹ́ nǹkan. Pè mí lórúkọ kò fà mí nírùngbọ̀n. Call my name, fine fine baby. Call my name, fine fine baby. Make you call my name, fine fine baby. If we please for night, if good night he don't come. Call my name, make you disrespect me. If we please for night, if good night he don't come. Call my name, make you disrespect me. The thing I want job, I know like me get it sex. Call my name, make you disrespect me. The thing I want job, I know like me get it sex. Call my name, make you disrespect me.
Good evening. You're welcome back. This is Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families. Today, we're giving advice to a man called Jerry on Adult Conversation. He is 32. He says he loves his girlfriend. She is beautiful. She is smart. She's everything that he wants in a woman. But he says that after knowing her family history, he is not sure if he would like to continue on that journey. He says that all her mother's siblings have diabetes at the age of 40, and now he is scared. What if my children inherit this as well? What if she also gets this, at the age of 40? Will I be able to manage? And all of those things. Basically, he's scared and is beginning to reconsider getting married to this lady. He is asking this evening, what do I do? Am I being shallow or am I being realistic with my claims? What should I do? The number to call to give Jerry your advice this evening is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. 09155 917 917 to give your advice to Terry this evening. Jerry is listening to the show right now, and he would love to hear from us. He would love to hear our thoughts, our contributions, and our advice for him this evening. We've had quite a number of calls, perspective, calling to give their advice to Jerry, and he's taking note of every advice, and of course, to make good use of them. Thank you so much, every single person who was calling this evening. We do not take it for granted. Anthony called earlier, and he mentioned that it might not happen to your children because it's in our family doesn't mean it's something your children would also experience. But most importantly, follow your heart. What is your heart telling you to do about this matter? What is your heart saying? to you as a person. So Anthony says, follow your heart. Stella called as well, and she says, your children might not take the traits, they might not have it at all. And she also suggested that you pray about it. There's nothing prayer cannot do. So Stella is advising that you pray about it. David also called, and David mentioned that you try to know the cause of the problem before you can solve anything, before you can attempt to solve anything at all. It's important to find the reason why that thing is happening in the first place. So, just like David said, try to know the cause of the issue in that marriage. Is it a medical challenge? Is it a spiritual problem? Try to find what the reason behind it is. Is it their eating habits? Is it their sleeping habits? Is it something they take when they were younger? What could it be? What actually is the problem? Try to find the reason why it is happening, and you should do that alongside your girlfriend as well, so you can both find out what the issue is together. He also advised that you do not run from challenges. Whenever we face problems in our relationships or in our marriage, the next thing to do is not to run and to leave the scene. It's most important to find what the issue is and try to solve it at least. Give it a try. Try to solve it. Every relationship would have its own challenges. What happens if you leave this one and you go to another relationship and something happens again? What will you do? You leave that as well. So it's best that you don't just run from challenges. You stay and try to figure it out. And also, he also asked you to ask yourself, do you love her that much? Do you love her to the point where you are able to stand with her no matter what happens? Do you love her to the extent that you can take whatever happens on the journey? What happens? It goes beyond your control. It's beyond what you can handle. Are you willing to stay? Do you love her that much? And also, can she do the same for you? Is she the kind of person that loves you enough to support your dreams and be there for you in difficult times? What if you have to let go of your legs today? Will she stay with you? Will she be there for you? Will she support you? Will she carry your cross with you just like you're willing to do for her now? That's Jerry's story. He's currently listening to the show. We'd love to hear from us. We'd love to hear our advice so as to know how to go about the situation. He's asking, am I being shallow minded or am I being realistic? And most importantly, how should I handle this situation? The number is still 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. Jerry is a 32-year-old man. He says he loves his girlfriend. She's the best thing to ever happen to him. But he says, knowing our family history, he just realized that in her family, they usually have diabetes at the age of 40. And he's scared that this might also happen to his children because what if they get the treat from their mom? His children might also have it as well, and he doesn't know what to do about that. It's making him question his marriage. It's making him think, really, really need to do this. Can I handle this as a person? So he's asking, I do. The number is still 07000 917. I'll also call me off called, and you mentioned that you should check it properly. Check if there are alternatives. Can this be managed? Can this be stopped? Can this be controlled? Check how this can be properly managed, and also identify if you can handle this particular situation before you commit to it permanently. And I also mentioned that you watch your habits, your wife especially, your habits from a young age. Now that you're still young, what are the things you eat? What are the things you take? What are your exercise patterns? What are the things you do with your time, with your body, with your energy? What are the things you do? What are the things you eat? Very, very important to note those things now that you're young, because a time will come when your body no longer has as much resistance as you have now to withstand all of these things and these issues start to come out. So just like Anayo advised, She should start to watch her habits, her eating habits, check the eating pattern in the family. How do they eat in this home? What do they do when they eat? All of those things. And most importantly, Anna, your advice that you get knowledge about this, get knowledge, get advice, read books, study patterns, research, get to know what this is about, know about it. At least it can help you make a better decision. You can know if it's something that you can handle, if something that can be solved, or it's something that will be there forever. Samuel Jones also called in and he mentioned that you can marry her if you love her. If you truly love her that much, you should go ahead to marry her. And he also mentioned that you should put God first in this situation. Speak to God about it. No, let God lead you on your journey. And he also mentioned it depends on so many things. He mentioned that it depends on so many things. Your blood can also be a factor. And he also mentioned that if you love her, and go ahead to Maria, but also involve God on your journey. Cindy also called and he said that you've done well knowing her family history. You've done well trying to figure out what the issue might be with her family. Now that you're not married, it's good that you've discovered these things before you get married. But most importantly, it's in the advice that you consult a doctor and also follow the things that your doctor advised. If there's anything your doctor is asking you to do at this time, please go ahead to do it. Also, obviously, also advised the same thing. Thank you so much, every single person who called in this evening to give their advice, share their 2 cents with Jerry this evening. Jerry is saying thank you, and he will take note of everything that you give it. Because of our time, let's go to read some of the messages we have on WhatsApp. All right, this one says, Jerry, first thing, you are not crazy for thinking about the future. A lot of people ignore stuff like this and regret it later. So you're not shallow for considering your health risk. One thing I want to do, one thing where I'm going to challenge you with is that acting like type 2 diabetes is a guaranteed outcome. It is not. One thing I want you to do is have a conversation with her about it and think about it. Do you love her? Since you mentioned she's smart and she's beautiful, think about it. Are you do you truly love this woman enough to go ahead with this? All right, thank you so much for sharing that. Another one said family history of diabetes definitely would increase the risk, but it doesn't mean it will happen to your children. I have seen people with strong family that never developed it, and others with no history that get it too. Focus on your lifestyle, your diet, exercise, weight, eating. That matters a lot. All right. Another one says, brother, if you start rejecting partners because of what might happen, you will never settle down. My wife has a family issue with hypertension. We manage life together. Marriage is about partnership, not perfect conditions. All right. Thank you so much, every single person recording this evening to give their advice and also those who sent in their messages as well. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for your advice. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of the conversation. You're saying thank you. Okay, we have more. Okay, this one says follow your heart. That's all. Another one says do what your heart is telling you. My name is Fred from Ikeja. Another one says no, my dear, your kids won't have it. The times we are in have changed. That's from Mini from Margot. Tigger says, all right. Thank you so much once again for your advice, your contributions this evening for Jerry. I'm sure beyond Jerry tonight, many of us have learned one or two things from the conversation. We have now known that what we do while we are young, it matters a lot at the end of the day when you grow older. Things you eat, the things you take, the lifestyle that you live now, in your youthful days, it would have effect when you're much older. So let's begin to watch our lifestyle. Let's begin to watch the things that we take into our system. Let's begin to watch how we move around, the things we do, the things we don't do, which are very, very important because all of these things, after all, their own effect or the other. Avoid sugary food, sweets, chocolates, candy, all of these things. You know, take too much carbohydrates, large portions of like Anna here said, add all of Eba. You don't need all of this. A little portion. Even the Bible says we need modesty in everything. So a little portion of things here and there is enough for healthy living. You don't need too much of everything. Too much of everything is bad. Too much oily food, deep frying chicken, deep fry fish, deep fry goat. Fry. You fry everything. When the oil is too much, it has effect as well. Then too much processed food. We just need to eat healthy altogether. Let's start to eat healthy as humans, as people. Eat fruits, go for walks, take exercises, just be fine altogether. Thank you so much for joining me this evening on Adult Conversation. It's always a pleasure to be here, giving advice, listening to all the advice, and taking notes as well. Jerry is saying thank you. We appreciate you for calling. We appreciate your time and your contribution. Till tomorrow, by the grace of God, by 8 p.m. till 10 on Women Radio 91.7. My name is Fili Folua. Kirami, it's always a great time to be here. In case you have a story for me, you want to share your story with the Adult Conversation family, you need advice on a particular matter, please call me or send me a message rather on 08155 917 917. It's 5 minutes to 10 o'clock right here in the studio, and it's time to say goodbye. Till tomorrow, by the grace of God, enjoy the rest of your evening and have a lovely night rest. My name is Fifoloa Kirami. Good night. Total submission to the will of family, late Ladotson Amabo announces his peaceful transition to glory. Our Philip Oladotson Amo, beloved husband of Florence Oladotson Amo, host of Laojo on Women Radio 91.7, passed Monday, the 23rd of March, 2026, at the age of 74. The service of songs will hold on Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2026, at 4 p.m. at the Citadel Global Community Church, Oregon, Lagos. Guests are requested to be dressed fine. The funeral service follows on Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2026, at 10 a.m. at the Chapel of Christ the Light, Alausa, Ikeja. Guests are encouraged to wear shades of blue. Filled with deep mist, make your soul rest in perfect peace. From all of us, Women Radio WFM 91.7.